Time is now. It's back to the rhymes. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the booth, straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it is back to the rhymes. Use me, itchy. Okay, I'm downstairs. Oh well, it's been a while, and typically in the past it's been challenging with the connection, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna go through the list like this. I had these glasses on because of the glare, but look at that, you can't even see my eyes. If necessary, I'll wear the hat. It's a crazy hat. Gosh, I'll try without it. All right, so now I better write this song fast. I got one in my head, otherwise I'm going to go to plan B here. I guess I can go like this. Sit down and discuss the chart. All right. School Us album sales, number one. Big news. I had, thankfully, the Mower Shop coming through again, big time. I had also another fella, Eric, on my route. Thank you. His roommate does music. I think he said dope rhymes. I could have showed you that. So he likes it. That's good news. So I did some accounting because we're getting our taxes together. So we're averaging $200 in revenue per year off sales of CDs. So that's not a robust, liquid, huge, but it's something, I am thankful for it, and we'll just keep plugging away. My Reformation music video, I sent that to Noah, and I talked to him. I don't think he saw it. I forgot to check my email again, but I've been checking it pretty frequently, so I need to double check what's going on there. I think we can get some action on it. I'm just not sure if he's not seen it. I just need to follow up with him. I'm gone all this week, so I might try him, or I might just wait till I see him. So you will be glorified. I did talk to someone at my work who has a nice speaking voice. She didn't think it's nice. I think it's really cool. She says it's husky. It's not like a ladylike maybe, but it's like a nice, it's not like like that. She's very friendly, but it's just like it's got a texture. Her voice has texture in a speaking way. And I just asked her if she sung, and she said, no, maybe a little bit, but I don't know. I think it'd be fun to try, because like I said, there's something about her voice. It's incredible to me, speaking wise. So maybe I haven't asked her if she's been to church or, as a person of faith, but I could find that out too. I just can tell you it's very, very nice. The YouTube channel, I was just doing some checking. I got, so for No Hope, it's 566 views. For Trump's Gonna Thump. 400 and I guess it's 421 views. Had a little spike at the end of last week on views, like 35 views somehow in a day, which is like times come out to be about the same. But anyway, I got a couple, maybe around this time last week, probably added a couple subscribers. So I think I mentioned something about tracking sales versus news, album sales versus subscribers. And I think that can be very helpful. Like I said, I think we're heading into September. It's not even the end of a quarter per se. The fourth quarter will start in October. So maybe I'll just wait. It's not too hard to track. I mean, last year I had 18 album sales. And I've done this YouTube channel for a couple of years. I've been doing this here almost 2 years, and I'm at 22 subscribers. So currently I'm probably getting more sales than subscribers, but it's not that huge of a gap. Rules of engagement. Nothing to say about that. Maybe kind of related to Bellevue Ballers. I want to have my music company become an LLC, and they're related. It has to do with goals with this business. And so that's all I'll say. I mean, it's just working out some numbers. But there's there would be an expense attached, I would think, to making it an LLC. I mean, as it is in 2020, it took a loss of $570 when you look at expenses versus income. So that's not ideal. This year, I probably haven't put as much into it. I can skip ahead to merch because I kind of want to explain that why I'm falling behind there. I want to pay as they go, and I can't, I can't have that. But I don't want to have it, but it did happen last year. So I guess we're getting closer to the end of this year. I can hopefully report it's not as big of a loss. If anything, maybe a gain. So merch. Now I was talking to Audra. She runs the mower shop. So we did have a youth size shirt was purchased along with the album, and took a flyer. The flyer that went over here, over there. So I was kind of joking about the trifecta, but we had all three. We checked all three boxes. Bought a shirt, got a CD, and got a flyer. Wow. So that's exciting. And it was nice because it's a child, and your child can hear this music, and it's something you can let your child hear, and it's not bad for them to hear. So I really think that's great. So that's another revenue stream. So right now I think I'm at 3 shirt. Last year I had 1 shirt sale, didn't promote it, getting promoted a little bit over there. 3 shirt sales. I really think there's going to be more potential with the shirts than with the album. And before I forget, going back to the album, so I was talking to Jaden, sorry, I just pronounce it the way it's spelled. Jaden at the Seattle Laptop now. He is a unique person in that he wants to preserve the medium of cassette tapes, on a high level. He repairs Walkman. He can get blank tapes. He can do all these things. And he's talking about putting my album and the Bet to Bread. And we're talking about and I would start with the Bet to Bread on tape. That might be cool for me because I have a tape player in my car, if you can believe that. So I can hear my mixed tape, my mixed CD, which would actually be a mixed tape now. And that'd be pretty smooth. It's almost like for promotion, but I don't know how professional he can make it. Because he's talking about selling them for $10. I mean, my gosh, how good does this look? I mean, if I could sell it, I don't know how can we get the cellophane wrap around it. I mean, that's to me very important. Maybe not so much for a mixtape. I don't know. I'll have to see what the finished product could look like if I would want to do that. But at least for my own personal use, I'd be very happy to have one. Maybe if someone requested it, I could say available upon request and then work that out with him. But I don't know about, to me, you got to have the cellophane. I just don't see a way around it. I didn't ask him about that, but I think that's very important. So the Trump's going to thump. That's where we get the expense, $450, And it hasn't been, like I said, out of it, I got 7 subscribers. If you go on there, it shows people become a subscriber during that or something. It's going to be interesting. Trump's still in the game. I had to unsubscribe from his text, though, because 3 texts a day, 4 a day. I just can't do it. It's just causing me to be a little bit miserable. I don't want it to be a negative. I want to keep up with what's going on, but I don't need that. Complete songs I made lyrics for on YouTube. So that's in the works. I should mention I left a message for Don. That's Doug, who I train's neighbor. I just finally called him. It took me a little bit to try to call him, and so we'll see if I hear back from him. I talked to another person whose friend is a hip-hop producer in Ballard. It's her friend, but she hasn't got with her friend since our lockdown started, so it's been a while. So it's always funny, somebody knows somebody, so-and-so knows somebody, but we're not close, and they're just always out of reach. In other words, what I'm saying is I'm not personal friends with the hip-hop producer. I'm not personal friends with the person who collaborates with hip-hop people. They are. They're not hip-hop people, so it's like, it's frustrating, not to have that. And it doesn't, I don't know. A lot of people, it's up to them what they want to do. Like I said, my main objective at this stage of the game is to collaborate, to network, not to go up to somebody and just pay them, per hour. I'd rather collaborate. But it is what it is. All right, let me quickly say something, and then I will make my song. I'm working out my song. Let me just get going on it real quick. Just real quick. Somebody on my route was concerned that they had a couple crazy people in her backyard, and she didn't want them in the backyard. And they were saying, if it's okay with you, I just want to be in your backyard because some people beating us with guns. And she's like, no, you can't be here. And my whole thing is, you're voting for people who are hostile to law and order, but you want law and order. Until you get in a gated community, you better change how you vote. You better wake up. That's just how I think. I mean, this is what's happening, Maybe it could just be being that close to Aurora. I mean, it's a nice block, but it's still close to Aurora, and any number of people can come through there. And you just have to be aware of the situation. So the thing I want to say, too, is I think a lot of people haven't been personally – this is what I was going to do. I was going to cover that light. Okay. I'm not looking up there. They haven't had personal experience with people with mental illness. And I think what happens is because they don't have that life experience, they actually take crazy people literally and seriously. They try to have a sane conversation with an insane person. I guess that's just a lack of experience that would cause someone to do that. When I was young, my dad could tell me and I would believe it. Again, sometimes and some people are probably better at disguising their issues than others, and so you might not catch on. But some people, it's just a little bit of experience. You can tell this person, you can't. They're trying to engage them in a intellectual, rational way, and that person is not going to be able to do that. So anyway, it just blows my mind how I see that, but it's one of those things. Maybe people have to have those personal experiences to know better. I'm gonna get back to the rhymes. So the song I've come up with different songs, but the last one hit me here in the last however many minutes. Did he do it again? Come on, man. Pen, gotta have a pen. Oh God. Gotta have a pen. Dang it. Incredible. Yeah. Well, please enjoy Dead Silence while I do what I should have done earlier, which is have a pen ready. I don't think I have one in here. Do I? No. Let me just say, changing locations, I don't like. Here's what I've been talking about. It's a goal setting with my wife. I want a workstation. Those of you who have a studio, I, I thank you for you. Praise God for you. I hope you love your studio. I hope you love your workspace. It makes such a difference. Just to have something where this is my workspace. This is where I do my music. Please don't take that for granted. I'll be right back. All right, here's the rhyme that's here. That's the thing about this. It's raw. This is raw. This isn't scripted. This isn't glamorous. This isn't necessarily anything you want to strive for. By the way, I was listening to Russell Wilson. Speaking of Bellevue Ballers, the way he talks is the way we talk. It's talking about winning. He talks about winning. And I understand that. That's how I think. Doesn't mean I'm winning, but I want to win. I never stop wanting to win. That doesn't go away from me. But I get that it's not everybody. I think when a lot of people hear Russell Wilson talk, they say, "Oh, that's really cool, man. I could see that's really, hey, dude." And to me, I'm like, that's a winner speaking. And he gets it from other people that inspired him. That's not the average person, but how do you take his mentality and apply it to something in life to where you have a shot at doing that? At some point, he's going to be too old to be a quarterback in the NFL, but he still wants to be that person and he wants to win. And I feel the same way. So thank God I have something like Bellevue Ballers to work on. Otherwise, I might go crazy just delivering mail. So it's back to the rhymes. So this goes like this. It ain't enough to get over, but it's enough to keep me going. It ain't enough to get me over, but it's enough to keep me going. So that's how the song starts. All right. It ain't enough to get me over, but it's enough to keep me going. I'm not going to write all the numbers. I was watching that thing Zach put on my YouTube. It's like I call it continuing education, but I guess like Rakim had that 16 points on a sheet and he'd structure it in there. And then they're having someone analyze the poem and, they're rhyming in the middle of the sentence. That isn't such a big deal to me as a listener. I'm thinking more like, how cool are the rhymes? What are you singing in the song? Making a rhyme in a sentence, that's okay too. But I wouldn't if it's just for like a challenge, I guess it could be fine. It ain't enough to get me over, but it's enough to keep me going. The rhyme I always think of, there ain't nothing to stop the dock when I am flowing. That's DOC. Thing is, those had burned something for them to do that for them. Ain't enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going. Okay, so there's a lot of obvious rhymes that go, flowing, knowing. Okay. I just like how it started off. I was going to go a whole different direction until just minutes before the show, right? Enough to get me over, it's enough to keep me going. I want to have the thing sound clean, you know. Enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. It's hard not to say the word the struggle. I guess the challenge. I remember a friend of mine's dad said, "What did he say? It's not a." He said you use the word challenge, not struggle or something. But it's a positive spin on what you got to deal with. Uh, the road, the rocky road. Maybe I could say the rolling hills. The rolling hills up ahead. Up ahead. Are the rolling hills up ahead are the thing. The rolling hills up ahead are the things that keep. Boy, it's gonna be hard. I'm really trying to work on this. This might be a little slow because the way I'm really gonna try to stay on tempo here. It ain't enough to get me over, but it's enough to keep me going. Rolling hills up ahead. Well, I want to say no one. Okay, the rolling hills up ahead is what are the things that I want to sound too unclean, right? I want I want the words to smoothly come out. The rolling hills up ahead are the things. It ain't enough to get me over, but it's enough to keep me going. The rolling hills up ahead. The rolling hills up ahead. Up and down is how I'm growing. I could say that. Up and down, that's how up and down is how I'm growing. I mean, I could probably make a better lyric if I really work on it, but if in the interest of time, yeah, I can say the ups and downs is how I'm, the ups and down, up and down. That's how I'm growing. It ain't enough to get me over, but that's enough to keep me going. The rolling hills up ahead, up and down. That's how I'm growing. It's good for me, you know. I don't think I have this pace. It ain't enough to get me over. It's enough to keep me going. Rolling hills up ahead, up and down is how I'm growing. It's fun to say. You take rolling and put strolling. That's interesting. Rolling and growing and all that, right? So rolling hills up ahead, up and down. That's up and down is how I'm growing. In these times, I keep in mind. I'm gonna just do this. In these times, I keep in mind. In these times, I keep in mind. Time's not mine. It's time's not mine. It's thine. See, it slows down. It's hard. This is not easy. I'm gonna really challenge myself. And these times I keep in mind. These times I keep in mind. So I rhymed on the opposite line, so I can just break off from the. And these times I keep in mind. How long? How long? Oh no. In these times I keep in mind. Let's see. Okay. In these times I keep in mind. All the dreams that all the dreams that yeah, that looks good. We got the Christmas behind us too. That's a reindeer. Bun bun or something. Yeah. Okay. Yes, okay. Kind of distracting. And these times I keep in mind, hello, it's gonna be tough to focus on rhymes. These times I keep in mind the gifts and talents. The gifts and talents I've been given. Though not clear. I use my ear. To help make moves and make a living. Till next time, back to the rhymes. You heard it was over.